Hey everyone, welcome to ACT Math Quick Hits, the place where you can make one small change by watching these videos. It doesn't cost you any money, only takes a little bit of time, and you're going to help improve your ACT math score. So there's the rundown of the math ACT section. Let's get back into it for today. All right, so we have a triangle ABC. It tells us that the measure of A is less than the measure of B, and the measure of B is less than the measure of C. So what is the correct ordering of sides from least to greatest? Okay, so when I go after problems like this, what I want to do is I want to give some concrete values for this. I don't just like kind of the theoretical. So basically it's telling us that measure of angle C is the biggest, right? So I don't know, let's just call the measure of angle C can be 100. Remember that all three angles in a triangle need to add up to 180. So the measure of angle B is less than C, so let's call this one 50. And then the measure of angle A, right, has to be less than B, so let's call this one 30, right? And so there's my triangle angle measurements. If I wanted to draw a quick picture of this, I could. Right, let's just call this one measure of angle, or here's A, which is 30 degrees. Here's B, which is 50 degrees. And here's C, which is 100 degrees, right? Not drawn to scale. All right, so we want to know about sides. Well, the side that is across from the biggest angle is going to be the biggest side. So that's the relationship. However big your angle is, that makes the side across from it that much bigger, right? So if I'm just do some arbitrarily stuff. This doesn't work out, mathematically with any calculations. But across from angle C has to be the biggest. So I'm going to say that it has a measure of 10, right? Just because my angle C, was 100 degrees. That makes sense and is easy to me. Across from angle B, it's going to have a side length of 5. And then across from angle A, it's going to have a side length of 3. So what this tells us is it tells us that AB is the biggest side at 10. So dealing with these inequality statements, that becomes another level of complexity to this problem, right? So AB should be the biggest. And what does it want us to rank? Oh, it wants us to rank from least to greatest. All right, so BC is the smallest, right? BC is the smallest, so I'll put that on the bottom. And then AC is the next smallest, and then AB is the biggest, right? So, well, that's actually going the other way, right? But from least to greatest would be that way. So dealing with the inequalities, remember these inequalities, you can think of them like alligators, right? They're always going to want to be eating the bigger thing, right? So whatever the inequality symbol means, it's eating the bigger thing. So what I want to start with is I want to start with BC, and then I want my alligator to eat AC, or sorry, A. Oh yeah, AC, right? So that's not that one, right? It's not D. So here I am on choice C, starting with BC. My alligator mouth is now eating AC, which we said, what we say that was 5. And then AB is the biggest, right? So if we put our arbitrary numbers in here just to check, right? This one was 3, this one was 5, and this one was 10. Right, and then those inequalities make sense, right? 3 is less than 5, or the alligator mouth is eating 5 because it's bigger. 5 is less than 10, or again, that alligator mouth is eating 10 because it's bigger. So it looks like we found it. So I can clear off all this stuff, right? And now we can make our choice C. There we go. All right, I know this stuff isn't the most exciting out there. I know my videos aren't the most polished, but your future self is going to be happy if you like and subscribe so you can keep getting this ACT practice and help improve the math section of your ACT test. Thanks, everyone.